Hi Gemini, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for June 2021. I'm going to start off with your oracle cards, which are the Spider Spirit, Make Your Dreams Real, and the Storm Angel. Collisions of belief styles, attitudes and energies. I've got a lot of purple and lavender and violets going on here, and I've also got Trust Your Innocence, which is a very similar colour hue. Colour seems to feature quite highly in terms of the direction someone wants to go in here. Presumably it's you, but it can be a switched reading, you know how it goes. To the point that I used a deck, and I forget the name of it. What's it called? It's Tori Hartman's Chakra Wisdom Tarot. It's really super colourful, and I was just drawn to it. It's a very feminine deck, because I just feel that someone wants to bring more colour into their life, but it's more than that. I almost feel that this is a desire for something that you want to create. I've got the creator at the base of the deck. You can see where I'm going with that. So let's just start firstly with the Spider Spirit, weaving your dreams into the fabric of life. Now I have instantly, with a number of indicators here, gone down someone who actually wants to become maybe a designer or an artist. Yeah, something along those lines. There's something very creative here, writing or poetry or music, architecture. There's something very creative that somebody wants to move in the direction of, and yet there seems to be blocks. Either those are blocks that you're creating for yourselves in terms of your own confidence to, you know, pull this off, or you do have a harsh critic. It may be more than one in your midst. It's preventing you from making the moves here. But so the Spider Spirit is asking you to be really clear in your intentions for this month, and then act like you're living it. You know, the whole law of attraction thing is kind of act as if, yeah. But I then got Neville Goddard's The Secret is the Feeling. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that in terms of manifesting. You know, obviously the law of attraction sounds very new agey, but actually it's really not. It's just something that has been repackaged into The Secret, into this, into that. You know, everyone's basically taken an original concept that's, you know, at least, I don't know, 70 years old, maybe a lot longer. I mean, yeah, probably centuries to be fair, and given it a new title. But the Neville Goddard one is particularly good, in my opinion, in terms of The Secret is the Feeling. So, you know, you can visualize, you can focus your intent on what you want to create, but the secret is the feeling, and that's how Neville teaches. So that might be something you want to look at if you're not familiar with it. And yeah, and I also got inspiration wants to be channeled through you. So obviously meditation is important there. And I did also get a vision of Mark Twain as well, and that's why the writing thing maybe came in. I can't remember his specific words, but he said something like he never created any original work whatsoever. Everything was channeled through him. He would just go to sleep and wake up and write. So it's almost like there is something that is desirous to be channeled through you, that would, you know, take in the direction that maybe you're thinking of going on. Yeah. So did I say field of dreams? Because I did get, if you build it, they will come. Okay. And yet we have like a bit of a clash here, a collision of styles and beliefs. So as I say, this could very much be you, but I doubt it very much with it being a collision. This is two very different energies. This is like oil and water, don't mix. This is high vibration, low vibration, you know. So I do have a father in the past here, and I do have a judge representing your own energy. So, you know, obviously with it being a general, it can be intermingled here. But there's definitely some sort of tension in the air in June for you, Gemini. It can also speak about in this card that there's maybe anything that's been deceptive or manipulative is likely going to be revealed very soon. It's asking you to be very truthful, speak very, very truthfully, stand in your own integrity with regards to whatever this is. And I'm almost saying that the cobwebs are going to be blown away. So there's obviously, this also speaks of networking to me. You know, there's a lot of different people involved. There's a lot of strands or strains. And I think there are some of them that might need to be sort of, you know, reworked or disconnected, because there are elements to your, you know, current vision or the, you know, where you stand now, that are almost determined to thwart any kind of progress you want to make. So I really do feel that someone is probably likely super creative. There are ideas trying to come through to you, but there's most definitely someone, something, whatever environment you're in, that's not on board with that, basically. Trust your innocence. This is a really lovely card. I'm going to read you a little bit of this from my Lemurian deck. It can be hard to decipher between intuition and what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, expectations, or fear can arise under the guise of intuition. To distinguish truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence, to our purest essence. Here we can access the truth of our very being. What were the very first feelings or visions you had when you considered the question at hand? Now, obviously, you haven't asked a question, but it's trying to get you to listen to your body's reaction in terms of understanding what's your intuition and what's just your, you know, your mind. When you ask a young child a question, they don't censor their answers. Their honesty may not be considered polite or socialized. It may even seem a bit funny, but it's their truth, and it's interesting to note how intuitive children naturally are. To tell the difference between intuition and mind chatter, you need to recognize a clear instinctive yes and a distinctive no. And for this, you must trust yourself. The foundation of self-trust is honesty. You must be completely honest with yourself about what feels good, true, and real to you and what does not. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It is also about not withholding information. It is about having deep transparency within yourself. Learn to trust your inner ease or intuition. You are encouraged to be absolutely honest with yourself. Cast aside any mind stories and shoulds that you tell yourself. In your heart of hearts, you know the answers. Dare to listen and honor them. Relationships can only deepen when we can be real with each other. So obviously there's something coming up in terms of lies possibly being exposed, deceptions, being really truthful with yourself, being really truthful with others, and possibly even that is going to enable whatever these intuitive nudges or, you know, downloads that I kind of feel are trying to come through. If it's not that, it is simply that you do seem to have a direction that you want to move in, but there's a lot of stuck energy here. So we've got the Judge in the present representing yourself. This is very unusual. I did get Purple Rain from Prince on this. I've got, you know, purple blue, purple blue. It is a chakra oracle wisdom deck. I really do feel, so I've got my Knight of Wands here and my Emperor, both in reverse, to me masculine energy. And I've got the Seven of Coins and the Seven of Wands. They're not necessarily an energy, but I think this is one person, but it can be two. So this can speak with the Judge that there is some sort of corruption here, with the Emperor being in reverse. The Emperor can be dominating, controlling, judgmental. And the Knight of Wands is particularly, I mean, he can be corrupt as well. He's most definitely unqualified. He's unfit to be a judge, is what I would say. He's nowhere near mature enough. There can be some sort of instability, something that's delayed. There might be resentfulness here. The Seven of Coins and Seven of Wands. The sevens are all spiritual lessons in my book. So the Seven of Coins is a card of waiting. It's a card of patience. It would be in connection with finances. So this might be some sort of court case, even though I don't have a justice card. Some sort of legal situation that has been either, you know, deliberately thwarted, or you're dealing with someone who's corrupt, and, you know, and having to persevere with the Seven of Wands, having to, you know, stand your ground, fight your corner, state your case. And it might be something that is taking some time, but it almost feels with the Knight of Wands and the Emperor both being in reverse that it is in some way deliberate. And that is your present energy, Gemini. Now, in the past here, you've got the Father in reverse. This would make sense to me in terms of the Father being the judge, and in the future we're looking to maybe build some bridges here. That all made sense as like a base layout. Until it clarified the Father with the Queen of Wands, who is an advocate. So now I've got a judge and I've got an advocate here, okay? The Queen of Wands is very confident. She's really empowered, very capable. She's coming through as someone who's compassionate, someone who is most likely, you know, possibly even up against this judge. It could be the other sort of, you know, warring party in whatever this scenario is here. She's coming across as fierce. Now, I don't know if this is you or this is someone that you've dealt with in your past, someone that's leaving your life. To me, the Father is masculine, you know, and the Queen of Wands is feminine. So I can only imagine that there's some sort of dynamic here. The Father being in reverse in this archetype deck speaks about an absent father. Someone who's disappeared, someone who's maybe grown up without a father. It can also be someone who's devastated by some sort of failure, a lack of strength, a lack of stamina, a lack of support, a lack of protection. Yeah. And I mean, that very well may be you coming through as the Queen of Wands, and that's maybe what you've dealt with in your past, or indeed you are the Father and you have been dealing with the Queen of Wands in the past. This does seem to have sort of wrapped up. I'm getting a lot of unfinished business here, Gemini. I can't see any other way. The Queen of Wands has been clarified by the bouquet and the coffin. This is like an end to pleasure, an end to beauty, an end to, you know, fun, an end to maybe, you know, a period of good luck. Because I've got someone up here in their head, and this is guidance, who's very much stuck in a past relationship. I'm just wondering if this is possibly a relationship that has broken down in the past here, and it is in some way preventing someone from moving on. This Queen of Wands has got the Star in reverse with the compass and the key. Again, this is all past energy. Star in reverse is someone who can be a bit depressed, someone who's at least has a lack of optimism, has lost direction. I don't see that. I just feel, because she's got the key speaks of answers, it speaks of resolutions, with the compass as to what direction to take. I don't see this as a lack of guidance or a lack of direction for this Queen of Wands. I'm seeing it as something in the past that hasn't been healed. Basically, it hasn't been healed. Now, there may have been, you know, some wrongdoing here. That's maybe why she's coming through as an advocate. And the Father has got the Rider and the Tower. Now, this can be a legal announcement, basically. The Riders can be a visitor, but it's usually some sort of announcement or news, and the Tower is usually law and order. It can be official news, it can be government news, it can be big business news. It can also be news that someone is in isolation and someone is even, quite frankly, in prison, with the Father being in reverse here. And this could be like the Queen of Wands, who is you know, maybe doing her damnedest to free whoever this Father is here, because there is very much a nod to some sort of corruption here. It may be someone that's, you know, incarcerated, and they're, you know, they're innocent, and this is, you know, maybe the Queen of Wands is acting as legal representation. I don't want to delve into that too much more than I already have, Gemini, because presumably if this is your reading, you're able to pick up the bits of that pertain to your story. But it is in the past, and it is the energy that's moving out. Now, at the base of the matter, which is the underworld, that which needs to be brought in to focus, is the seed. And this is where I got, you know, another man's trash is one man's treasure, because the base of the deck is the creator. And the creator is the artist. He's the alchemist, the innovator. someone who is, you know, just able to create things out of nothing, you know, very capable person. It's free-flowing, healthy energy. And this feels like the seed that needs to be brought through, but it almost feels like it's got quite a bit to get through, because you've got this judge here who's the Emperor in reverse, and possibly the Knight of Wands as well. I mean, this is incredibly dominating. This is almost like brute force to try and get this through. So the seed is sideways, it's not quite there, but it does speak of, you know, obviously something that's fertile and new, beginning, an idea. Let me just clarify what the seed is. It needs to be brought up for Gemini. The seed for Gemini. Really would like your comments on this one, because I do think that's really quite fascinating. I don't know why I'm getting some sort of like human rights advocate now. I don't know, because I just saw a flash of what is that film? Oh, it's Bridget Jones. It's Bridget Jones, where Darcy is the human rights lawyer. Show me what this seed is at the... Right, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is also a seed, but it's in reverse here because it was a wee bit sideways. It hasn't quite germinated, and there is an element of waiting here in the Seven of Pentacles as well. So it's either like a seed has been planted, or it's been in some way, you know, misplanted, incorrectly placed. The Ace of Pentacles can speak about a failure or a lack of finances. We've got the Empress here. Oh, crikey. Now, that does speak to me about a pregnancy that's not, you know, gone to full term, basically. But if it's not that, it is the mother. I've got the mother now, and I've got the father. Crikey, what's going on here? I need an archetype for my Empress. The Empress in the Gemini reading. Empress in the Gemini reading. She is the Midas or the Miser. Now, she is in her upright, which would speak to me that she is the Midas. But she does have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here. The Empress in the Gemini reading. Gemini. Gemini. Show me this Empress in the Gemini reading, please. The Midas and Miser. What is she? Crikey. Destroyer. In reverse. I'm going to have to clarify this down here. This might be where this clash of beliefs, styles, attitudes and energies is coming in here. So not only have we got, like, I mean, this can be used to judge, but I've got a judge here, so it seems to be a masculine energy when everything's kind of like gone into like a dam here. It's a bottleneck. But this energy, this seed, which whatever it may be, it seems to be financial with the Ace of Pentacles here and the Midas Miser. This is almost like money that's kind of is locked up in some sort of legal case, and she's got a Destroyer and a Miser. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off, and I got blow the cobwebs away here. Let me see a wee bit more about her. The Destroyer is, it can be like, I mean, she's not in reverse to be fair, but it can be like preparing for a new life. It is a volcanic eruption, but it's also a self-sabotage. It's an intoxication with destroying, you know, people's dreams. It's an abuse of power. The Emperor in reverse is an abuse of power. And now we've got a Destroyer. I don't, well, yeah, it is the Empress because I've asked specifically for her energy. Show me why the Empress has got the Destroyer. What should it... Okay, so it's the house. So it's property. And this Ace of Pentacles in reverse here. This can be, you know, it can be greed. It can be a lack of finances. I feel it's more greed than anything else here, because she's got the miser. This can be someone who's got some real beef. This is not the Queen of Wands, in my opinion. I'm really not seeing that. Show me the Empress with the Midas Miser archetype. The Empress. Malady. This may be somebody that's a bit sick just now, taken to their bed. Now, the Malady card can sometimes come through, I'm not going to lie, with someone who's like, you know, playing it up a wee bit, making out that they've got an inability to cope with a situation, you know. Let's just see. The Empress with the Malady and the Miser. There's a letter here, there's communication coming in. It can be any sort of written communication usually. It can be an application, a contract, a document, an answer. I've got the Friend and the Journey. And someone's either visiting a friend or receiving a visit from a friend, and I've got the Old Woman here. I don't know why I mean, it might not be the Empress, but it might be. So there might be news here that someone is a bit sick. Because the Pentacles can represent as well as finances, the physical body, and it is in reverse here. But the Empress is upright. This is the thing. I would expect to see her in reverse there. I don't know, I'm getting a feeling of bitterness here, and, you know, trying to keep people stuck. Show me the House with the Destroyer. The House with the Destroyer. The House with the Destroyer. Oofty. Oh my Lord. It's the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords with Temperance in reverse here. My God, I literally just got an image of someone completely losing their shit and trashing property. You know, throwing plates, cutting up sofas, someone's clothes. Gosh almighty. I don't know specifically where this is coming from, but there might be that like the truth has come in here. There's some sort of communication for sure that the results in an ending, and maybe communication that there has been a betrayal, and this is when she, you know, she possibly loses it. She, he. I'm thinking it's a she. Someone's going to visit a friend here. I feel I've gone off on a wee sort of tangent. I still want to know. Hang on. Show me this friend. Oh my gosh. It's a soulmate. And who's journeying? Who's journeying? Either the Empresses. We've got Despondence in reverse, and we've got Victim in reverse here. They're both cards a bit like, you know, woe is me, but they're both in reverse here. So someone might be coming out of a period of feeling really low, maybe possibly, you know, quite depressed, lethargic, victimized, in denial. And they're going off to see not just a friend, but yeah, I mean, a friend can be a soulmate, doesn't need to be romantic here. But this might sort of result in some tumultuous, you know, fracas. I don't know. Gosh almighty. That looks very messy. So it's in the subconscious, it's in the underworld. It may not be something that's already happened. If it has, it's something that needs to be brought up and aired. This is what this blowing the cobwebs away are. We've got this big blockage here with the Judge. Everything, you know, being like dam bustered up there. She's a bit of a dam buster. And in terms of your guidance, or your blessing, or, you know, what's in your headspace, we have got the box here. So this is constraints. This speaks of, you know, being kind of caged in, kind of stuck in a place that you don't want to be. It is literally usually a place. It can be like social constraints, attitudes and belief systems, and there's a desire to break out here. But someone is utterly mentally trapped in the past, basically. This is another kind of, and the Nine of Swords is another card that is very constrained. And I did get that whole feeling in the reverse here of trying to release someone. I don't know specifically what ended here, but there was something pleasurable, something joyful. It was like a wish wasn't fulfilled with the Star in reverse. I was getting this whole vibe that somebody is like trapped somewhere but they don't want to be, with possibly a partner who's very volatile. But there's more than that. I mean, it can be someone who's maybe a bit younger, and this is like the mother at the base here, and this is the father who's the Judge, and they just have, you know, dreams and aspirations that, you know, don't fit with whatever the mother and the father want for the child, because they're stuck here. Maybe stuck in a childhood, stuck in a soulmate. We do have the soulmate card that's trying to come through here from the base. Let's have a wee bit of clarification on that. For Gemini, show me the Nine of Swords with the Six of Cups. But this is guidance. That's too many. I've got a message of concern about a courtship. 1444. The main female. Now, the courtship doesn't need to be like the early stages of a relationship. It can be any sort of meeting here. So someone is stressing about maybe a message that they've received or will receive about meeting the main female. And it could be like meeting the mother, meeting the mother-in-law. This, you know, person here who wants to travel towards a friend who's actually a soulmate, because maybe they've got a lot of information to share. This is someone who's been stuck. Show me the main female, because in case it's might be the Empress at the base of the deck here. That's too many. That's 6 cards. The main female in the Gemini read. Who's the main female in the Gemini read? She's the Devil. Oh my God. Now, wait for it, because in your future energy, the bridges that you're building, the direction that you know are more likely to take is going back to the Devil. The Devil with the 8 of Cups in reverse. I mean, hello. That's something else, is it not? The main female is the Devil. Or the main female is someone feels stuck with. Oh dear God, stuck with the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is I'm actually going to say mental entrapment. That's not what that card is, but that's the words that came out for a reason. This is my damned if you do, damned if you don't card. It's guilt. It's fear. And it's not the 9 of Swords fear. This has been paralyzed in terms of making a decision. And it's also a card of denial. It wasn't me. And the Lovers, oh dear God, So someone's got a choice now. Here's this Knight of Wands coming up again. He's one of the ones in the Judge card. He's somebody who's breaking a commitment or breaking some sort of vow here or breaking some sort of law. I think they might both be, to be perfectly honest. So the Lover speaks about a decision in love here. Somebody's getting a message which is concerning about a meeting or a relationship. And it's either the message of concern is to the main female, or the message of concern is about the main female. And this main female is someone who is either stuck between a rock and a hard place, or has got someone else stuck between a rock and a hard place. Always the drama with Gemini, I swear to God. Right, where are we going? We're going to the bridge. Okay, it is and he's upright. And this is where I was getting all these lovely colours coming in here when we got over here. Your lavenders, your fabrics, your threads. I don't know what, and artistry. I was getting someone who really just wanted to do something really, well, possibly innocent. Something that felt very, you know, attuned to do. But we've got all this crap to get through. And the bridge is about connecting. It's about, yeah, it's about travel. So we do have some travel down here. It is about communication, linking, you know, reaching out, touching hands. But this is the Devil Knight of Cups. I mean, honest to God, this is like going back to, you know, something that's toxic. It's already here. Maybe there's something that you need to revisit. Show me what this devil is in Gemini's future. Show me the devil in Gemini's future, please. That seem to be going back to. Right, so there's been either this is someone that you're in separation from. This is a relationship where there was a heartbreak, for sure. This might be an apology, an emotional reach out. Oh, there's way too many here. The devil for Gemini's future with the Eight of Cups, please. Got the King of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so basically this King of Wands is someone who has been hit right. So I've seen the Temperance at the base of the deck twice now. It's now upright and it was in reverse. This King of Wands is usually a fire sign. Obviously it can be you, Gemini, but it's someone who wants to make an apology, basically. This is someone that might have really struggled to get independent, to, you know, reach their own comfortable status. I'm not finding words today. This might be someone who's actually been trying to get single. They might have been with this Empress down here, a wife who's actually the devil. It's got them all trapped. And but that makes no sense because they're going back to the devil. But there's, you know what I mean? It would make sense to me if there were, you know, hands, touching hands over here. Sorry, you can't even see what I'm pointing at here. Over here with the old bridge. You know, to like, you know, once they've freed themselves from all this, followed their destiny, their guidance, etc., you would think it'd be all something fresh and lovely. But it's literally going back to the devil. Someone is apologising here in the future for some sorrow that they've caused, for some heartbreak. But I cannot fathom how it can be returning to the devil can ever be a good direction. It can't, I mean, it can be if it's not specifically speaking about, you know, something you're being tied to, whatever. It can be looking at your own shadow. Because you see the shadow behind her. It's also intoxication, obsessiveness. You know, there's, I don't know, I'm just getting some sort of moth to a flame here. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, Gemini, but that's oh, I've just seen the Judgment just like randomly floating on top of the journey. Yeah, and we've got the Judge here. So there's big decisions being made here. To have a Judgment card, the Judge, the Lovers. Yeah, there's a lot of major arcana here. Somebody needs to make an apology, and that's the direction that they're going in here. However, I think that there's some caution required, because we do have the Devil and the Eight of Cups. So I don't know. I really don't know. Let's just take you some advice and see if that pulls it together. Gosh almighty, I mean, that looks like a fairly tumultuous time, Gemini. Got a wife going off big time down here at the base of the deck, like, you know, destroying property. Either she's got money or she's not getting the money, and someone else is going off to see their soulmate. Somebody's sick about the news that comes in here, not once but twice. I'm seeing possibly, you know, incarceration. I don't know. Okay, Gemini's advice. Okay, I just heard I keep going to the river to pray. Is ghost. Give up the ghost. Is that Ella Henderson? Give up the ghost. There might be some sort of addiction here, like to a person. Advice for Gemini. Release the old and rest. Now that is a timeline indicator of August, Gemini, so you can know we're in June. Yeah, and there's retreat and recharge. Sometimes you really need to back off here. You really need to get yourself centered with this kind of energy. I am getting a lot of, like, you know, it's real kind of, I don't have like a Knight of Swords in reverse or anything that's speaking of anger. But I have got an Empress down here with a Destroyer. And I have got 2 Devil cards, a lot of swords. Somebody just needs to, you know, zen out as much as they can. Take a time out, retreat as much as you can. Do not react. Because you've got this, you know, storm warning, really. Collision of belief styles, attitudes and energies. So there's definitely some threads that need broken here, Gemini. I really do feel that. But it is going to take some sort of air clearing. But I think you need to be careful with that, because I'm getting some really volatile people here. And it does look like this, you know, blockage, which I really do see this as some sort of like dam that needs kind of washed away, is going to take a good few months yet. So in the meantime, you know, retreat, recharge, look after yourself, and don't be reactive. Okay, that's your reading, guys. I do hope you find it useful. Would love to hear your comments on it. Look after yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.